Get my boba. Alright guys, so so good. Alright. So XRP's been my focus for years. Every bull run has one thing in common. Is not just about one coin though. If you want to build real wealth in the next cycle, you've got to think a little bit bigger. And just, here's a little bit about how I'm setting myself up, and by all means, this isn't financial advice. I'm just a random dude trying to kick it, hang out with you guys, and kind of spit out some of the knowledge that I have. And I want everyone to, as long as you guys are watching, like I have one viewer, then I can spread the knowledge and just talk to you guys about it. Grab your boba. If you guys don't like boba, just grab your tea, grab your coffee, and let's chat. And we'll get into 3 points. If you're new to my video, I always talk about 3 main points, so that way I can bring some value to you guys. And yeah, so the first point that I want to talk about and how I'm positioning myself is XRP as my anchor investment. So what this means is it's still the backbone because of the utility and then the regulation clarity and infrastructure adoption. So this keeps me grounded when the market gets too noisy. This acts as like my long-term conviction, and I don't feel bad, when I'm dollar cost averaging, when I'm just investing. It's just like the set it and forget it type of mindset for the moon bags. This is separate. I do have a separate account for my short-term plays, and that's just, it's just for fun, right? That's more like separate short-term returns, and then I also build like this longer-term moon bag is what I call it, and then I don't touch it. And every cycle, it's dipped like, gosh, I don't know, like 50%, and sometimes even more. But if you think about it from like a long-term perspective, if it's already gone up like 400%, 600%, sometimes even 1,000%, what is 50% from that? It's not much, right? So like, that's why you only lose when you sell. And I get it. Sometimes you get in a position where you have to sell because you got to pay for bills, or you want to buy a new house. Like all of that stuff, all of that matters. But like this is the setting that where like I don't even sell it. I don't even do anything with it, right? I don't even consider it. Like it's just something that's on the side that I don't even look at. So that's kind of like untouchable. And then that prevents from emotional selling. That's one of the main points that I wanted to get out to you guys. The second point that I want to talk about is the wheel strategy and cash flowing assets. So wheel strategy is actually something I've been doing for I want to say like 3-4 years now. And it's always been profitable. It's always brought something to me. And then some of the strategy around that is just simply selling options for income while you're holding quality assets. Like you already have your assets that you already know you're going to keep for a while. If you buy Apple, if you buy Tesla, if you buy Microsoft, I don't know, Google, your blue chip stocks, or like just your crypto XRP or Ethereum, Bitcoin, like you're just dollar cost averaging and just buying those in for like super long term. The wheel strategy is it helps using the profits to buy the dips, for XRP, and then some of my other plays. So that's what I use my premium profits for. And this actually helps reduce the dependency on selling coins to fund a lifestyle, right? And then that's how to create cash flow without selling your assets. So that's point number 2. Point number 3, real quick, that we can run into, because I think some of the food already got here. I got some banh mi. and then my boba. Actually, let's go back and talk a little bit about point number 2. No, it's okay. Are you gonna eat it here? Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about point number 2. So, the idea is to find ways to make, almost passive income, right? So like there is passive income, but there's always a risk to it. And for me, I feel like there's no such thing. It's fully active because you're always gonna have to monitor. You're always gonna have to look. It is lower, like it's not like every day where like you have to like actively do certain things. And so like the idea though is having it as easy to work for you, like have your money work for you. So like the will strategy is something that's very easy. Once you start learning about how it works and how it operates, you're able to just make like weekly, like imagine like you're just getting weekly dividends, like monthly dividends and profits. So it's kind of like that. So that's the way that I look at the will strategy. And then I don't use it to fund my lifestyle. That's what I have my 9 to 5 for. Like I use like maybe 20%, of like my actual income for my 9 to 5 to fund like lifestyle. And the rest of it goes into, just mortgage, savings, and other investments, businesses, and startups. And so the will strategy also I toss into buying more like XRP and other assets to help me grow, exponentially. So that's how it snowballs. And if you have like, just don't let lifestyle, what is it called? I don't know where like your life, I don't know, just don't try and keep up with the Jones. If you're watching this video, it's most likely you guys are already well aware of that, and you're in that right mindset, to invest. And so just don't fall into it, stay disciplined. And everyone falls into it, it's okay, but just get back to it, right? Get back to your core discipline, your core rules, and don't fall into that lifestyle, what is it called? Inflation, like lifestyle inflation, I'll call it that. That's basically where like you're just trying to spend money to make yourself feel better and impress others, which is, for the most part, sometimes it's okay because you only live one life, right? But use some of the money to invest, whatever those profits are, then like don't use the hard money that you're actively earning to just like blow your paycheck, I don't know. I've just been in that cycle before, and I do not ever want to go back to it. And so what I've been doing is just making sure that I can afford, all of the lifestyle, just to afford my lifestyle, like and just be reasonable with it, so that way I can actually retire early, do whatever I want, be financially free, retire my parents, retire the rest of the family too. And so like I have the leisure of being able to do what I want now. And so my work, it's what I love to do. It's a lot of the work that I do, it has a purpose. And then, even now, like being able to record, go to boba shops, buy a boba. It's what is it, like $8-9 for a boba now? So I think just having the privilege to be able to do that off of my investments, it's a blessing. So one of the main things I want to do is expand that, let others know that you can do it too, and make sure that you don't get into the lifestyle inflation and don't fall into that same exact category. So point number 3, expanding the playbook for the next cycle. What this is, like, it entails a lot of the altcoin season patterns, it'll rotate profits, and then just try and look at projects with utility, liquidity, and then adoption signals, and not just the hype. Like don't fall into the meme coins and all that stuff. Just look for liquidity and utility, and then splitting your allocation. You know, with if you get your paycheck, or if your will strategy is profitable. Like think about what you want to invest that profit into, or like the money that you've earned. 70% core being like XRP, and then some of the main other plays that you have in place. 30% in opportunistic cycle trades. You know, like get into other. Yeah, I said don't get into 100% meme coins, but like if there's something like Sui, or the pudgy penguins. You know, I got into that, and then I got like I think like 60% return within like a week. So like some of those cycle trades, and then we've got the next 18 months to make the biggest wealth transfer since 2017. So think about that a little bit. You know, we've got a lot of time, and then this is just planning within the next 18 months, and it's right now it's just an insane time. So 2025, so we've got a good year ahead of us, and I'm pretty excited for what's to come. Yeah, just make sure that you guys prepare for the cycle. I'm here with you. I'm going to prepare. I'm just going to keep on vlogging as long as I have one viewer. I'm just going to keep on recording myself, yapping away, drinking my boba and coffee, and then we'll get into more like ideas around what other vehicles you can use to make shmonies and create repeatable systems that build and protect your wealth. So yeah, guys, that's all that I had to say. So thanks for hanging out with me, and if you guys like this type of video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. You know, I accept all feedback. All right, thank you guys. Catch you guys later.